What's up guys, FuryTV here, and we're back with another episode of Poker Hands. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos on a daily basis.
Got the best hand again, and I'm sure Taylor will call. See a flop here.
Yeah, king six of diamonds. Good looking hand. Well, he's counter three, but I don't think he needs to do this with hands like this. I think there's much better candidates than king six. But let's see what happens.
That's because we know Darryl has nothing.
170.
But it's a tough test for Darryl. Got to put 120 more in. Then if you miss the flop, just give it up. Maybe he's got no intention of giving it up. Just a matter if it comes back over the top of him or not.
40 big blinds deep. I think calling's
call.
better. Yeah.
You like calling.
I do like calling. He's got position, Mike. You're asking a man to go barreling.
Yeah, he's got position, but if he misses the flop, it's just hard to keep calling.
Well, he can definitely call on this board. Queen, queen, jack. Suits him way more than the three-better, having raised and called a bet. Taylor shouldn't have too many of those cards. You mentioned him to peel most of those hands pre-flop.
140.
140 is the bet. It's a D-fish then. Ace-high and a gut shot.
And I can assure you, if you're sitting in Taylor's seat, you're saying, please don't call, please don't call.
And you have to just give up now. Once the guy calls you on this board, he can have a queen, he can have
I agree.
jacks.
Better hope a king doesn't come off.
So huge pot here, Mike. Tournament defining pot. Wow, a good card for fish. It gives him an open ender.
A lot of danger out there, though.
Imagine this goes check, check, mate.
I would think so, too.
Always looking at the chips. Has picked up a gut shot draw, but he does check. Let's say 620 in the middle. Fish has 600 behind. Don't want to bet here and ever get raised. Not that you should do, but check in here. Surely the better play. You beat all the bluffs, and you have a draw against the better hands. Here we go.
He does check.
And well, a comfy river for him with ace high. You like seeing that.
Very comfortable. Just in case your opponent's got fours or fives.
Yeah.
You're now going to win the pot with ace high. Taylor's got, he thinks maybe check down value if his opponent's got two sixes.
He does check his king high again.
We've seen him bet before with two pair on the board and ace high, and he got paid off by king high earlier.
This is a very different situation there, Mike. This is the spot where Darryl has jack X and queen X.
10 seconds.
Well, he got called on the flop, but it was checked on the turn.
I think you just check here and win. Nearly always. Right. I don't know what he's doing here.
He remembered what happened before.
Maybe, I think this is a spot he's trying to make Taylor fold the same hand. He's trying to make Taylor fold ace high.
Perhaps that's true, but Taylor might think he's got a small pair when he bets here.
That's true. Taylor can beat some hands here. You're right, Mike. If he peeled a three bet with the sevens, called a bet on that flop, and now has to bluff.
That's what Taylor's thinking, I promise you.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
But he also knows fish might be betting ace high to try and make him fold ace high. Whoa!
All in.
Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa!
What a play! What a play by Taylor here.
This is incredible, Mike.
Oh boy.
This is incredible. Fish could have checked this pot and won it and taken the big lead. Now he's bet and put himself in this spot.
I don't see how you can call it.
You can't.
I mean, you're out of the tournament if you're wrong.
You can't call, Mike.
What heart by Taylor.
Taylor with king in his hand. Knows he blocks king queen. One of the queen combos that fish would call with pre. Queen jack, obviously unlikely with jack on the board.
Could he possibly call this with ace high?
You can't.
Well, maybe Fish is putting him on a small pair.
Can't call, Mike. He just.
I don't see how you
by
can
these
call.
hands.
I'll be honest, I couldn't call. I wish I could say I was that good, but I could. Could not do it.
10 seconds.
You're playing for $1 million. Well, you're playing for 200,000 actually, but the title. And they're going to take a time card away. He does lay it down.
Will he show? Burns time chip. What a play by Taylor there.
It sure was.
Got his mojo back, Mike.
I don't know what.
Well, Darryl's kicking himself for betting on that river.
Just check the river there. And you
all
got
you
2-1
gotta
chip
do.
lead. He's
That's
just trying to
your
make
problem.
him fold.
It was 7-1.
Then it was 4-1, Sam, and then it was 3-1, and you still lost.
None. Then you had nothing. I don't know if it's that good. Like, I'm not as good as Yuri, so I'm not going to play it quite as well post, and I feel like I get abused a bit from 3-betting behind when I flatten these spots.
Well,
and it's a really tough lineup.
Interesting flop, because Manig flats from the big and flops a gut shot on 10-4 deuce. Thiago has an overpair, and Yuri has top pair. So a little something for everyone on this one.
Yes. $18 million.
Thiago is going to bet the flop.
Matas
Yuri
Simbalas,
calls.
16.8 million. Patrick Mahoney, 12 million. Nice guy, Patrick Mahoney. We all want to be Gaston.
Tell you what, guys, I'll put it to you. I'm going to campaign to get Gaston's table on first tomorrow. How's that?
If you want to be my lover, you got a Gaston, my friends.
Ah, something in there. Look at
There's
this.
something
Manig's
there.
going three-way with his gutter. Send me a 3, he says. Well, he's going to get the king of spades, and this will almost certainly check through. Then he will get a chance to hit a flush. Speaking of Yuri, action is on him.
Checky, checky.
I mean, I'm not a watchman, but that looks like a nice watch.
Don't like the strap very much. It looks very nice, but I'm not a fan of the that color. I'm sure it costs more money than I'm worth total.
Chaddy, well, he's just pinged 2 pair
pinged
on the
it
end here.
with
Chaddy is written, so not only is Yuri an emboss, but he's also a dreamboat.
Yeah.
Life's been kind to him. It most certainly has. Manig
Thinking about bluffing.
went 3-way, yeah.
He's thinking, well, this is one of my few bluffs, and I've got a spade. I should probably bet about 2 million.
He's gone
Ooh,
tiny.
he's gone tiny.
5-10.
I'm not a fan. We're talking about the nerd guy here, and the nerd guy.
Well, look at this. He gets Thiago to fold jacks.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's
But
so. I mean,
it's much easier for Thiago to fold than
yeah.
Yuri. I can't see Yuri folding Jack 10 and up suited. You know, a 10 with a Jack kicker. Jack 10 suited is probably his worst 10-9 suited. Actually, he would call pre.
We hold an 8, and there's only one combo of 8-4 suited, right?
I'm surprised he's
8-4
taking this
of
long.
diamonds, which is the one that would call, I suppose.
This is
Yeah.
like a snap.
Wow!
Leveled. I'm a moron.
Wow!
Manig's a genius.
Manig, what a boss! Got his own back.
Manig's just shot up the rankings.
Whips out this tiny bet.
Wow.
Given the implications here, if he were to get knocked out, does want to keep the pot small, checks it to Danick. Well, looks like he's going to take a stab here. It's going to have the effect of making Yoni fold his 9. Rimmel, of course, going to call with the aces. But he's raised. Not sure I like this play. It's over-repping his hand somewhat. It's a less than minimum raise originally. I don't know if he's. I don't want to.
You called for service, you haven't ordered yet.
Oh, I did order. Sorry, yeah. When I got up,
I only just decided, yeah.
I don't know whether he's. Well, I don't want to say what I'm thinking. don't know if that was an angle or not. Maybe making out he meant to call and accidentally raised. I'm not sure. But he did put in more chips than the call amount, but less than a raise amount. Ruben does check. Again, I find it hard to believe he put the wrong chips in. I find it hard to believe he meant to raise this flop to the minimum.
10 seconds.
I feel like that was an
7 million.
attempt at an angle.
7 million.
7.
Danick. It's a weird spot for it with aces on this board. Not a spot you're wild about. So I don't know what that was. Just have to trust that it was an honest mistake. 7 million now bet on the turn.
Seconds.
Call from Ruben. We have 33 million chip. Ruben with less than that behind. Nine pairs the river. It's a good card for Ruben. Now beats King 10. And Danick, I think at this point, is probably putting Ruben on a hand like King Jack, King Queen. He's going to check the river once more. Is Danick going to fire the third bullet? He bet the flop. Called a min check raise. I'm not quite sure what it was about. Bet the turn man check too. And now sizing up a river bet.
10 seconds. I'm all in.
He does move all in.
That's all in.
And this is a pretty grim spot for Ruben. He has the ace of hearts and the ace of diamonds, which is kind of annoying. You want your opponent to have some of those missed draws. If they're bluffing here. Doesn't block Queen Jack, doesn't block tens, doesn't stop him having a 9.
10 seconds.
Played this hand so bad, he says.
5, 4, 3,
He's certainly going to use some time chips here.
1.
Every player now has 6 of them since reaching the final table. What a ballsy play this is from Danick. He didn't make the move on the turn earlier with Jack 6 suited when maybe could have made Kevin fold. But he has made it here against Ruben at the start of this final table. Really leveraging the big stack against the medium stack. Busting out 9th when you're comfortable in chips. Such a bad thing to happen. What are the bluffs Danick can have here? Obviously we can see he's getting way out of line with ace queen off, but Ruben's trying to think, what does he bet twice with that are bluffs? Flush draws are the biggest candidates. Ruben has the ace of diamonds and the ace of hearts.
4, 3, 2, 1. Time extension.
Danick with the chip leader if he gets this one through. It's really hard to find the bluffs Danick can have. I think can't begrudge him folding this one if he does. Danick can easily have queen jack. He has all the queen jack combos. Queen jack suited combos, I should say. Can have 10s full. Could have a hand like king 9. There we go, gets it through.
Obviously, I misclicked on the flop. What's that? I misclicked on the flop. On the flop?
Yeah, it was a genuine misclick. I did say it'd be a weird spot for an angle with aces on that board. It will be Montreal.
I know.
In October, in this month. So a huge global operator of events has partnered with PartyPoker Live. We're going to do 7 events. First of which is this month in Montreal. If you know,
I will be there.
If you know which operator that is, why not pop it in the chat box at partypokerlive.com. If you get it right and have a real money PartyPoker account, you'll be eligible to win at that 109 ticket, which will be given out when we come back from the dinner break. Ioannis with 10s raising under the gun. 400,000 to play. Louis flats the small with 4s and Alex in the big.
16.
The queen 5 of diamonds.
You got you covered, I think.
He didn't mean it in a bullshit way, but it is quite funny. Oh, ace 4 5.
Lewis is loving life.
Yeah. These two are asking how many chips you got, what have you got? Yeah. And he's like, well, don't worry about that, lads. I've got a set.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just sitting here with 7.7 million, but God, I hope one of you's got ace king.
Well, Alex flops middle player. Ioannis, I think, will bet this 3-way. Now he does decide to check it back. A little concerned about the small blind, and whether that will kill a little bit of action here. Alex might have bluffed this card with some hands, but I think with a 5, no need.
Well, he is in the big blind. He could have queen 3 suited.
Yeah, of course, but with a 5 in his hand, I don't think he needs to bluff. He's going to think he's ahead of here enough that he's going to check. Does check through once again. 6 on the end. Finally, Louis reaching for some chips. 860 his bet. Alex a little suspicious because he's flat from the small blind. Doesn't really have a 3 other than pocket 3s. And even that he may just fold pre. Because he's called with 4, so we know he wouldn't. Question is, would he bet this sizing with just 1 pair aces? Probably not. So he's wrapping up a pretty narrow range here when he does bet. Hence Alex's suspicions.
Uh-oh.
Well, he can have a 3. This is the thing. So Alex is going to raise here. Things is up against probably a 2 pair at best, but never against a straight. Pouncing on a range advantage and raising up here. I think Louis has to call here.
He's thinking to himself, surely not. Surely he hasn't got the run out. He hasn't got 7-8.
Well, that is the other possible hand, of course. One thing going through his mind must be, pocket 4s do block some of that 3x. Like if he had a hand like 3-4, obviously way less likely, and you see a 4 and 5 and deuce on the board, so it does block some of those. But Alex can, of course, have 7-8.
So it's 1.44 to call into a pot of 4.5. He's folded.
Wow.
I can't.
He can't, but he certainly can.
Did you? Yeah. 2 pair? It's
going to be dinner break in like 3 minutes.
Can you beat 2 pair?
You will find out.
He's going to be gutted, isn't he?
Can't take it any longer.
550.
4s for Igor will bump it up to 550K. Burns with Jack 10 in the big blind will defend. Comes 7-5 deuce, 2 diamonds. Kyle has the jack of diamonds. A couple backdoor draws for him. Kurganov's 4s are best. It goes check, check. 3 of diamonds on the turn. Open ender and a flush draw for Igor to go along with this 4 is a better flush draw for Kyle Burns.
Not a fair fight. Igor with the check back quickly on the flop. He did that before when he had top pair. Taking a very similar approach here. Able to pick off a number of bluffs. Cal has one of those holdings. No pair yet. Does have semi-bluff capabilities. Jack of diamonds in his hand. Live pair equity.
Burns leading for 725,000. Kurganov does indeed make the call. Another 4 for Igor.
You'd think that this is a great card, but keep in mind this is a one-liner. Any ace, any 6 makes a straight. And Cal's story suggests that maybe he could have some sort of 6 in his hand. I think ace high would be unlikely. He seemingly would check that unless he had ace with a pair.
10 seconds.
Burns will use a time bank.
The difficulty is Igor is suggesting that maybe he checked behind ace high in the flop. It could have turned some equity, and here we are on this sort of texture. I think he's very close to maybe considering giving up, but if he does go for it, it's got to be meaty.
All in.
That's meaty.
Oh my goodness.
That's all of it. 8.3 million.
Oh my goodness, Cal. This is ridiculous. This is high level.
It's also a bad card, I guess.
10 seconds.
Igor, can he study this? Can he pick it apart? Cal has told a wonderful story. A massive overbet on the river, suggesting, yes, I have all of the 6s. You might even have an ace, and I believe that this bet on the river is intended to perhaps fold out an ace, let alone this set.
If Kurganov can find the call, he'll win the tournament.
Wow.
He cannot. Kyle Burns gets it done with just jack high.
Is that a naughty one? Could be.
Oh, it was naughty.
Yeah,
it was
yes,
dirty.
It was.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Please, you have to be nervous, right, Cal? Can you swig that thing already? Oh my gosh, liquid courage not needed.